Hello, my name is Stacy and this is my story. Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome is a hormonal disorder that affects women of childbearing age. It's also known as PCOS or just PCOS. 3 years ago, I had my period as usual every month for I think 5 to 7 days, and it didn't stop. I continued to bleed for a long period after that, but not just period volume. It was just spotting, as I learned at the time. And I didn't understand what was happening to my body. I stopped and it started again. My actual period didn't happen. It was just spotting. I contacted a gynecologist for help and she made me do some tests and scans. They were looking at my ovaries in the scans and the test was for my testosterone level. My testosterone level was a bit elevated above the normal or average, and the scans showed evidence of polycystic ovarian syndrome. I was scared and I was confused and I didn't understand why this happened to me. I did a lot of research, a lot of reading, and it even made me more scared. It made me scared because it's a cause of infertility, and I've always wanted children. It made me scared because women with PCOS are predisposed to diabetes. And already I have it running in my family, so I'm at an even higher risk. But at least I understood one thing, why I have male pattern hair growth. I never knew why I had that, but now I know why, because of PCOS. PCOS affects my self-image in so many ways, and one of them is acne. Women with PCOS tend to have more of acne than women without it. And I never really had any problems with acne growing up. I had quite a flawless face as a child, as a teenager. Recently, I've been getting terrible breakouts, and it's unlike me at all. And people point it out. You didn't used to look like this. What has happened to your face? Sometimes it really hurts, but then just learn to ignore their comments. With PCOS, one is more likely to be obese or struggle to lose weight. I tend to engage a lot in fitness activities. I eat relatively healthy food and in a good calorie range, but I still struggle to reach my fitness goals. I've never been how I want to be ever since I was little. I was always on the chubbier side. And people point that out. So you're still the same after all this exercise you're doing. It's not that easy to lose weight when you have PCOS. Male pattern hair growth has been one of my biggest insecurities for most of my life. People just look at me and say, "You look like a boy." I've had guys come and compare their facial hair with me to see who has more of a mustache. I used to Google how to get rid of a mustache as a girl in my early teens and middle teens. I once made my mom buy me wax strips. I never really used them, they're still at home. It really bothered me, and it bothered me so much that I used to tell people to stop, but then they continue. I didn't understand why. Why would you continue after I tell you how I feel? You might be playful, but then it doesn't hurt you, it hurts me. Every time I take photos, I always check to see whether my mustache is showing. I always try and edit it out or take pictures in certain lights so that it doesn't show. When I see it in photographs, I feel everything but beautiful. I feel like a boy. And as if things weren't bad enough already, a few strands recently popped up on my chin. Aside my face, my leg hair is also an issue. I didn't really have much of it as a child, but as I grew older, it just sprouted. I even have more leg hair than some guys, which is sometimes a bit embarrassing when they bring it up. It looks so terrible when I go to swim. Like, I'll be in the water and come up and it's just so visible. I usually use hair removal creams once in a while, but not so much. I'm actually not as insecure with my leg hair as compared to my facial hair because here in Ghana, there's not much emphasis on hairless legs and constant shaving. So society doesn't really bash me for it as much as my mustache. I've always wanted a child of my own. and the thought of that not being possible is heartbreaking. I'm very open to adoption, and even if I'm able to get children of my own, I'd still adopt when given the opportunity. It's just that in this society, women are so much valued for the fact that they can bring forth kids. And I keep thinking, what's my worth if I can't give birth? It's very scary sometimes. But I spoke to my doctor about this, and she assured me that I shouldn't worry too much now. When I do want to get children, there are various ways and means despite this condition. PCOS is very, very common, and so many women suffer its effects without even knowing that they have it. I'm telling my story to raise awareness because September is PCOS Awareness Month, so that women can learn about it and get checked if they need to. This disease is very, very unique in that it affects the way women are seen in society. It affects your fertility, it affects your femininity, and it affects your beauty. It can leave you childless, it can leave you with unwanted weight, it can leave you with blemishes that scar your face. Just everything that society expects from a woman, it can take away from you. I'm here to tell you that, woman, you are more than society's expectations of you with or without PCOS. You do not need to give birth to be of value. You do not need a hairless body to be desirable. And you do not need to be skinny to be beautiful. Flourish for who you are on the inside. It has taken me a lot of courage to share my story, but even if it helps only one woman, I'll be happy. Thank you.